a crowing from afar, a crow in from afar, far from the crowd, from the mad crowd, warn the crowd of a war, a mad crowd in a war, warn of the dam, the warning dam, the mad crowd in a dam, a row in the crowd dam, cram the damned crowd, damn the damned crowd, no crowd can do a thing, no dam can do a thing, in the crowd dam, damn the crowd dam, damn the din in the dam, form a row in the dam and drown the crowd, drown the mad crowd drown in a war, drain the dam in the war, draining the dam, crowning the dam, thrown from the crowd and hitting the crow, far from the dam, the crown is no more. Clock in, write up the books, coffee, write up the books, make a few phone calls, write up the books, clock out, dinner, clock in, write up the books, finish the books, add up the books, new batteries in, calculator, finish the books, clock out, clock in, write up the books, coffee, write up the books, make a few phone calls, write up the books, clock out, make a few phone calls, write up the books, clock out, write up the books, finish the books, add up the books, new batteries in, calculator, finish the books, clock out, calculator, finish the books, clock out, write up the books, coffee, write up the books, make a few phone calls, write up the books, clock out, make a few phone calls, write up the books, clock out, write up the books, finish the books, add up the books, new batteries in, calculator, finish the books, clock out, calculator, finish the books, clock out.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, as he sleepwalks with haunted footsteps, up, 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 up the spiral stairway to hell, trapped in a shell, cocooned in madness, the nightmare of his reality, clock, clock, clocking in for the paltry wages of sin, hickory, dickory, in the dock, the automaton ran round the big square clock, put his own head on the chop, chop, chopping block, for the wrong sort of revolution, locked into the 9 to 5, always on trial, doing time to barely stay alive, punching the hole, banging his head against the corporate wall.
Fuck, fuck, fuck you all. You can go and kiss my arse. I wish that I were really dead, instead of on my feet, living dead, full of holes, full of lead, all to earn a pittance bread, the dough that never rises, in line with the Satan inflation, to keep down the poor relation of a capitalist nation.
Always some big black-hearted bastard, willing to put in steel-capped boots, or some smooth-talking, sharp-dressed brute, stashing the loot, to make a tidy profit from the mess and misery of his ragged soul.
Just a number.
Just a number.
Just numb.
That's all.
Stepping inside was not one of my fears, only not knowing where I would be going. I looked both ways at the same time. Happy cat, crazy people, falling from skies of stark rectangularity into upside-down trains, a two-dimensional reality. I walked both ways at the same time. Musée National d'Art Moderne, still in Paris, 31 years on. I go to my wife, climbing into her nakedness. Blood red angel, am I your sacrifice? Sorry, can't stop to make love. Have you seen the time? 1:53, AM or PM? Besides, I am older today. A hidden explanation takes me home. I still see Paris at the window, even from New York. Hello, mirror. Who is that I see? Me? The but I look older, 31 years older. Chagall? Dorian?
A rock star poet, and I want you to know it. I'm a rock star poet, a rock star poet, a rock star poet, and I want you to know it. Money in the bank, loads of dosh at home, stacks of diamond rings, gold-plated garden gnomes. I'm a rock star poet, a rock star poet, a rock star poet, and I want you to know it. I'm a rock star poet, a rock star poet, a rock star poet, and I want you to know it. Gigged last week, got 20 grand, blew it in the pub, buying every round. I'm a rock star poet, a rock star poet, a rock star poet, and I want you to know it. I'm a rock star poet, a rock star poet, a rock star poet, and I want you to know it. Scored last week, took me to bed, met a best friend, screwed her instead. I'm a rock star poet, a rock star poet, a rock star poet, and I want you to know it. I'm a rock star poet, a rock star poet, a rock star poet, and I want you to know it. Went to the docks, spots on me cock, told me I'd gone and got the soddy pox. I'm a rock star poet, a rock star poet, a rock star poet, and I want you to know it. I'm a rock star poet, a rock star poet, a rock star poet, and you better fucking know it.
Lucifered by madness, by wavering doubt, my candle snuffed out, racked by pain. I am ready for the arm lock, the mental block, the snug fit of the straitjacket once again. I am a baby Moses, strapped into a hospital bed, drifting down a lithium river at God's speed, wearing the benign smile mask. Out of my reserpanized mind, fed a diet of pills, a cure for all my ills. Behind the closed door, with the sign, "Do not disturb," for she is disturbed already, off-centre, unhinged, bolted and nuts, a useless cog in the wheel of reality, I await my sacrifice. The ritual formality, surreptitiously sedated, stupefied, full of compliant civility and vacuous receptivity. I no longer have the feeling of emotion, or the freedom of motion. I am like an impaled butterfly about to die. I am at your mercy, my future, my life in your hands. Your executioner's look, your chameleon eyes, off her head, the Red Queen mutely. Now I am ready, resigned, prepared for the shock, the flick of the switch, the ECT, the loss of memory, the raw power charging through me as if someone had ironed my mind and body, every nook and cranny, broken like a shell, frying like an egg, drawing the deepest thoughts from the well of my Humpty Dumpty head, blowing the cobwebs, fog and memories from the recesses of my past. And then, wrenched from my clenched body, the softness of fluttering moths, a deafening sanctuary silence tolling through me, the blood in my veins flowing like mulled red wine, from strung out to wrung out, smoothed and glazed like beach stones washed in moon water. I have left my body. I am totally out of it. I have passed into another sphere. I sleepwalk in slow motion through eternity into a marbled pantheon. I can barely make out the dimmed faces, the ghosts, the damaged creatures closing in on all sides. There is a resemblance, a familiarity. Yes, every one of them is me. Barefoot, I wade through the ashes and bones of corpses that litter my way, and I watch detachedly as I walk away from those I used to be. They will never come back, physically, mentally or spiritually. Those other me's are history. I enter into the twilight of night, of some other place, all phantoms now behind me, drained like sand. But still there is no name for this somewhere else, nor a neon sign to light the way, so I shall have to call it in limbo land. I am inanimate, suspended, in mid-air, neither here nor there, floating in a new atmosphere inside an ocean of rippling cocaine white cotton, which caresses my cool cheek and lifeless hair. Morpheus tries to catch my eye, seduce me by unfurling a magic carpet of visions his wears. But I am not interested in dreams anymore. I like it here. I want to stay where I have no worries, no cares, where everything is so real, so crystal clear, where I can touch the sky, the fairy light stars, and wave to the man in the moon. There is no need to speak. Before, I was too scared, too weak, for I have seen God, the electric blue universe of his Renoir eyes, the pale light of his face, the soft snowstorm of his hair. He smiled, whispered in my ear, thundered all my fear, kissed me on the brow. For now, this is my space, my healed world. She studies me with a vexed, crucified Jesus look. I sense her perplexed hex eyes searching, trying to find the meaning, feeling for the garnet pulse of my pound of flesh. She casts them down, lidded stars, hooded velvet moons, burning a black hole through my thoughts and soul, a soul which exposes my internal extremities, my external personalities, my naked vulnerability, which pains beyond the pale surface of my thin, delicate skin, skin which just holds me together, keeps me from falling apart, hanging onto my threadbare, bruised and bleeding mind, body and heart, wreathing my open wounds, bones and sinews that stir with every moment and memory of who I used to be, the rush causing an overflow of sensitivity, the flood of which overwhelms me. I cannot conceal the way I feel from her to who I always return, for who I burn darkly, the ghost in the cracked mirror who haunts me night and day, who won't disappear, no matter how hard I try to crystal gaze her away, nor deny her my true identity or the spectrum of my colours. She knows me too well for that. We are, whether we like it or not, vowel and consonant, practice and theory, beast and beauty, sand and sea, stuck with one another, intimate, friends and enemies. By dissimilar creatures, by darkness, by rain, by time carved into minutes, hours and days, again and again, by silence, by loneliness, by an empty room, by a crowded room, by pain, by washed out, wasted light, by day, by night. So much taken that when someone comes searching for who I am inside, they come upon a cave of forgotten bones.
To shoot out, to follow the beloveds back again. The pillow is disdain, the journey unsure, feelings of insanity in honey air, thoughts like bees buzzing honey air, breaking chains, breathing honey air, for the brave hearts that believe, for the wanderers come wander. It's a fine time for this to be happening, strolling across the green open meadow, But in the dark, the moon did grow over you. Deep in your heart, the boat has sunk, diving down to lead you through the blue. The storm has torn the roots ripped up, left your field of aniseed barren. Under the stars, invisible, back to the ground, surrender to sorrow. Dreaming streams on night shadows, in through the mind, then back out to the tide. Your vision stretched on the weather vane, traveling on its crossing arms, you glow. Northern sun and east and west, seagull skins their troubled sea on wings. Over the sea, the seagull glides over the cliff, a steep head onward dive. Chasing lines of white horses till all the foam dissolves back into blue. In your tears you see yourself falling down and filling up your
All I want to do is sleep, to sleep forever, never to wake from my dreaming, to listen to the silence of peace, of tranquility, never to be haunted by reality.